is what makes a good will?
Well, I think it has to be clear. I think it has to be very definitive of who you want to name as a beneficiary, who you want to name as a personal representative. That's the person who's in charge of your estate. In the old days, we used to call it executor or executrix, depending on man or woman. Florida is politically correct. We call it personal representative, whether it's a man or a woman. And that person is in charge of making sure that your assets are sold, creditors are paid, and everything's liquidated to be able to pay your beneficiaries. So sometimes clients will come in with an idea of who they want to name as their personal representative. And a lot of clients feel it has to be their oldest child because they don't want to ruffle feathers. And a lot of what I do is not just in the document preparation side, it's having the discussions with clients and walking them through their decision-making process. Oftentimes they come in with a list of here's who we want to be in charge and here's who we want to be beneficiaries. And they leave with that list slightly altered because of a discussion. And I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care who they name. But oftentimes I hear what they're saying and they're feeling like they have to name this person. And I tell them they don't. And there's this relief like, oh, okay, there's another option. So a good will has who your beneficiaries are. It also has contingencies, which I find a lot of the pre-printed forms that you get on the internet or through some of the other services, LegalZoom, you don't have alternatives. So someone lists their 3 kids as beneficiaries and say, okay, they're the beneficiaries. And it doesn't say what happens when one of the kids dies. Does that share go to his or her kids, grandchildren? Does it just go to the surviving 2 children? Does the gift lapse and then everything's just divided by 2 instead of 3? There's a lot of problems with the pre-printed forms because there's no one there on the other side to ask questions and ask the clients. And a lot of times in my initial intake meetings, the clients will say like, oh, no one ever asked us that, or oh, we never thought about that. And that's part of my job, is to open their eyes and ask those questions so that they can make a will that is detailed.